Greetings, Pine Forest High School parents, guardians, and community stakeholders. Welcome to our first virtual open house into the 2021-2022 school year. I am Mrs. Deborah Ray, the proud principal of Pine Forest High School. We are excited about the year and the endless possibilities for our staff and students. We have been working diligently to establish routines, uphold high expectations, and to obtain the goals set by Superintendent Dr. Tim Smith. Our Pine Forest High School mission statement is to ensure all students attend a supportive, encouraging, safe, and orderly school where they learn at high levels and go forth being helpful, productive citizens. This will be obtained by increasing the proficiency of all students, closing the existing achievement gap, and promoting unity throughout the school environment. We realize the pandemic has made it difficult to connect to our community. I encourage you to visit our website at pfhs-ecsd-schoolloop.com. There you will find helpful resources, special announcements, and updates on schedules. We were staffed for 1,525 students, but now have approximately 1,800 students. Staffing has been a challenge, but we are continuing to interview for unfilled positions. I encourage you to visit the website as well as view Focus Parent Portal to review your students' grades, attendance, and graduation requirements. Teachers are encouraged to post one grade weekly. With the challenges presented by COVID and periodic absences of staff as well as students, it is important to stay abreast of student performance as well as opportunities to improve grades. Currently, we host night school as well as after-school tutoring. After the first quarter on October the 8th, we will also provide other options for students who recovered failed courses. As a Title I school, we want to create additional opportunities for parental involvement. Please look forward to information in the near future for participation in the School Advisory Council, College and Career Nights, and a Career Academy Exploration Evening. We want to be your partner in education and welcome any feedback you all can provide to enhance our school-to-home communication. We know that it truly takes a village to raise a child, and we ask that you emphasize the importance of protecting the instructional setting. We are heavily enforcing no cell phones nor earbuds in classes, adhering to the dress policy and campus-wide decreasing tardies to class. Through positive behavior intervention supports and capturing kids' hearts, we feel confident that this will be one of the most successful years yet. Thank you for entrusting us with your most precious gems. I look forward to serving this exceptional school community and all stakeholders. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact our offices.
Hello, Eagle families. I'm Latasha Jordan, the Assistant Principal of Student Services, and it is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the 2021-2022 school year. We are beyond excited to see all of our students again in person. The Student Services Department is what you all may have known as the Guidance Department. We have decided to change the name because we have enhanced the services that we provide. We have one in-house mental health counselor, an athletic counselor, and we have also added a testing coordinator. If you have a moment, please visit the Pine Forest High School website under the Guidance tab to view all of the information that includes how to request a counselor meeting, scholarship information, and much more. Although we are no longer honoring schedule change requests, if there is a semester class that you may want changed for the second semester, please make sure that your student makes this request in December. We have some important test dates on the horizon, such as the PSAT for all 9th, 10th, and 11th graders on October 13th. All seniors that still need to meet the graduation requirement for the FSA reading will be taking the non-reportable SAT on October 13th. The PSAT is a very important test that has great benefits for all of our students. The PSAT, or also known as the Pre-College Entrance Examination, includes reading, writing, and language, and a mathematics component that focuses on the knowledge and skills that are most essential for college and career readiness and success. It is also used as a diagnostic tool to measure and follow student performance and pinpoint areas for development. The PSAT results provide professional high school counselors with information to help identify students who may be ready to enroll and be successful in advanced placement and other college preparatory courses, or identify students that may need additional instruction to do so. Therefore, it is very important that all students that will be testing arrive ready to do their absolute best. The PSAT data is also used to identify students who may be able to receive academic scholarships from colleges and universities. Speaking of academic success, report cards will be posted via the Focus Parent Portal on October 18th. If you ever have any questions concerning grades, you can always contact me or request a parent-teacher conference with Mr. Ernie Cribb in the Student Services Department. As always, parents, we appreciate all that you do to support the schools, and we look forward to a wonderful school year.
Hello, Eagle families. I am Emily King, the Assistant Principal of Operations at Pine Forest High School. I want to welcome all of you to our 2021 Open House. I want to take just a few minutes of your time to remind you of some of the great features that Pine Forest has to offer your students. Pine Forest is blessed with a community grant that allows every student at our school to receive free breakfast and lunch each day. Students are also welcome to bring their own lunches as well. Please know that we continue to implement the following COVID protocols. Classrooms in high traffic areas will be routinely cleaned. We will continue to encourage all students to practice routine hand washing throughout the day. Masks are recommended but not required. As always, please let your administration know if you have any further questions. We will continue to enforce dress code, attendance, and all other guidelines set by the Escambia County Rights and Responsibilities Handbook. Our discipline team is working hard to maintain a safe learning environment for all of our students. Please feel free to call any dean, behavior coach, or myself anytime if you have questions or concerns. Pine Forest has built 2 programs to help all of our students. During the school day, each and every day, we offer a daily remediation and enrichment program called SOAR, Student Opportunities for Academic Reinforcement. For our students that are looking to recover a grade or raise their GPA, we will soon begin offering our Eagles Beyond the Bell, or as we refer to it, EBB. It'll meet Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:15 to 5:30 every week. A light dinner and transportation home for those who live within the district are both provided to the students. While working on the PEAK platform, students have the opportunity to recover grades in most courses and are only tied to the time frame it takes them to reach 100% completion. Students are contacted by their guidance counselor if EBB is a good option for them. We are off to a great start and look forward to continuing this amazing 2021-2022 school year. And as always, go Eagles.
Welcome to the Pine Forest High School Mathematics Department. There are multiple pathways for your student to achieve the 4 mathematics credits needed for graduation. The first path in those pathways is algebra. Your algebra instructors are Mrs. Whitmore, Mrs. McCants, Miss Kelker, Miss Moody, and Mrs. Johnson. The algebra professional learning community will ensure that the necessary learning targets and standards are taught for your student to achieve proficiency on the algebra end of course exam. Proficiency on the algebra end of course exam is required for graduation. The second path in the pathways to achieving the 4 mathematics credits needed for graduation is through geometry. Your geometry instructors are Mr. McCants and Miss Bennett. The geometry professional learning community will ensure that the necessary learning targets and standards are taught for your student to achieve proficiency on the geometry end of course exam. Successfulness in algebra and geometry is needed to fulfill your mathematics credits for graduation. The last path in the pathways to achieving the 4 mathematics credits needed for graduation is through our upper level mathematics courses. There are multiple courses that your student could take to achieve the last mathematics credits needed for graduation. These courses are Algebra 2, Pre-Calculus, Financial Algebra, and Mathematics for College Readiness. Your instructors of the upper level mathematics courses are Mr. Nelson, Mrs. Harvell Goodrich, Mr. Higginbotham, and Mrs. Harris. In the upper level mathematics courses, students add to the foundations taught in algebra and geometry to build deeper mastery in mathematics. The mathematical life skills taught in these courses prepare students for college and the real world. Here at Pine Forest High School, the mathematics department maintains that building relationships with students is necessary for successfulness in the classroom. The mathematics department is a loving family who are extremely dedicated to your students' success and academic achievements. We are so excited for a successful school year with you and your student. Go Eagles!
Hi, I'm Angela Irby, the Instructional Chair for Career and Technical Education here at Pine Forest. We offer several academies that help prepare our students for industry certifications and entry-level employment. The Culinary Arts program at Pine Forest High School is the largest in Escambia County with over 300 students. Our mission is to prepare students for the workforce by equipping students with industry certifications to help students enter the workforce with knowledge and skills needed to be successful. During the 4-year series of courses, students have the opportunity to earn SurfSafe and NRFSP certifications. Students develop skills in career and job opportunities, basic food preparation, personal productivity, safety and sanitary work procedures, and much more. Culinary 3 and 4 students have the opportunity to work in the Flight Deck Cafe, where they will gain on-the-job training right here at school. Why should you consider cybersecurity as a career? Cybersecurity has 2 key logistical advantages for a strong career: low to no unemployment and solid compensation. Plus, if you choose this path, you'll always have room to grow. You'll continually be learning new skills and working to understand new technologies. The Academy offers training in networking, variations of vulnerabilities and attack mechanisms, intrusion detection systems, methods to mitigate cybersecurity risk, mitigation planning, disaster recovery, and forensic analysis. The Academy also offers opportunities for students to compete in national competitions such as Cyber Patriots and Cyber Start America, where they have opportunities to earn scholarships to further their education as well as earn various industry certifications. The Pine Forest High School New Media Academy provides students a comprehensive education in the field of digital media. Freshmen learn the foundations of graphic designs using industry standard software such as Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. Sophomores continue their studies into the field of digital video using both Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects. The true vision of the Academy is to realize throughout students' junior and senior years, and during this time, students not only continue advancing their technical knowledge, learning the trades of web design and digital animation, and earning more industry certifications, but they also gain essential real-world experiences as they work together to run a simulated media production company, Eagle Nation News. Our Design Academy is one of a kind and caters specifically to the students here at Pine Forest. Students are encouraged to express their creativity and explore their imaginations. The purpose of this program is to prepare students for initial employment or continued study in the areas of interior design and decorating, graphic design, web design, print design, and fashion design. We also offer the Firefighter and the Carpentry Academy, where these students are earning industry certification and being prepared for entry-level employment.
Welcome to Pine Forest High School. I'm Mr. Cannon, the Science Department Chair, and we're here inspiring future scientists, getting our students fired up about science. This year, our 9th graders will be having myself, Mr. Watley or Mr. Forbes for Earth Space Science. Moving up to 10th grader, we'll be working biology with Mr. Fiesel, Mr. Abels, or Ms. Bolcha. And our upperclassmen have a choice of environmental science, marine science, chemistry, anatomy, and astronomy with either Ms. Maxey, Ms. Joswick, Mr. Lancaster, or Mr. Urim. What your students can expect to see this year is we're going to be working in cooperative groups, we're going to be working with hands-on activities, computer simulations, everything we can to get our hands on the science and learn it. At least once a month, they can expect a data collection lab out of our team to again, let them know what real scientists are doing, give them a taste here in school. The way we're going to grade this year is our standards-based grading. We're trying to master every standard we've learned with a B or better. And if we don't get there, we've got many opportunities for reteaching, relearning, remediation, and enrichment, taking it to the next level. Some stuff we can look forward to this year. Our science department is sponsoring the Halloween Pumpkin Park, hosted by the chemistry team. We have a science fair in January, sponsored by the county. And we're hoping our students get enjoyment out of that and get fired up. If you need to get a hold of any of us and you need some help or just want to talk, you can email us through the Focus portal, through the Google Classroom, or you can look our names up and go through the Pine Forest website. We hope to have a great year and look forward to hearing from you.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Commander Bowling. Together with Master Chief McMurray and Master Gunnery Sergeant Wiggins, we teach the Naval Science course, better known as NJROTC. Our main goal remains the same each year, which is to be a distinguished unit within the Area 8 region. This is a feat of which we have been able to maintain for over 17 consecutive years. Our other important goal is to ensure your student achieves success from taking our course by being able to graduate on time and excel in a career field of his or her choice. We do not train for the military, nor do we require students to enlist in the military service upon completion of our program. We do expect your student to come to class on time every day with necessary materials and be prepared to learn. There are three major focus areas covered in our program: academics, personnel inspection, and physical training. Academics consist of the classroom instructional portion of our program. Worksheets, pre-assessments, study guide questions, and vocabulary are given in most lessons, followed by an assessment, normally open book, to enhance reading skills. The second portion is personnel inspection, which consists of wearing the uniform on required days and answering knowledge questions from the pink knowledge card. Now, by not wearing the uniform, students' grade will be severely negatively affected. Uniform days are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, depending on which day your student comes to NJROTC that week. Since we are on a block schedule, we will see them every other day, with the exception of 7th period, who we see every day. Wearing the uniform is one of the most important things we do. Physical training consists of wearing the PT gear and participating. Students should purchase their PT gear by paying $30. This not only pays for their PT gear, but their name tags for their uniforms, t-shirts, and socks. Cadets should wear blue and gold on Thursdays PT and red and blue on Fridays PT. Not wearing their PT gear and or not participating will negatively affect their grade. All three, academics, PT, and personnel inspection, are utilized in calculating their overall grade. In addition to the day-to-day activities, cadets have the opportunity to volunteer to be on our competition teams, which include drill, air rifle, academic, PT, and orienteering. Practices occur before and after school. Our upcoming mandatory events are the Veterans Day Parade and our area manager's inspection. Depending on approval due to COVID, the Veterans Day Parade takes place downtown on November the 11th, beginning at the corner of Main and Spring Street and concluding at the Veterans Memorial. Our area manager's inspection will be on November the 18th, here at the school, of course. More information to follow on both of those. If you need to reach any of the NJROTC instructors, you may do so by email or phone. Each of our email addresses are as follows. Mine being RABOLLING, that's RA Bowling, at ECSDFL.US. Master Chief McMurray's, SMcMurray, SMACMURRAY, at ECSDFL.US. And Master Gunnery Sergeant S. Wiggins, that's SWIGGINS, at ECSDFL.US. And we can also be reached on our personal cell phone. My cell phone number is 904-537-5287. Master Chief McMurray's is 850-450-1306. And Master Gunnery Sergeant Wiggins is 850-529-8884. Thank you. And now we will have a quick tour of the NJROTC building. Over here is our conference room where the staff, cadet staff, does work. In fact, they're working on some cadet records right now while the table is covered there. This is our long passageway. On each side of the wall, we have various pictures. On the left side of the wall, we have cadets dating back from 1992 to the present, their class pictures. And on the right, we have photographs that were taken of past and present cadets as well. On this left wall, as you can see, this is our school chain of command. Our Navy chain of command is on the other wall, but as you can see, of course, we have the superintendent at the top, then of course the principal, myself, other two instructors, and the cadet staff, and then our cadet of the months, both junior and senior. And we're about to enter our large classroom. As you can see, in this class we have, it's normally packed with cadets. In the back, before school, Master Chief McMurray holds air rifle training. And you can see the targets where they would place their targets, and they would shoot from each one of these firing stations. So this is where we have our air rifle, and we also have competitions where other schools come as well. Now this ROTC building, we're fortunate to have something like this. This is not your norm around the states. We're fortunate to have our own building that sets apart from the main school. And here's our supply department. As you can see, we have our female supply uniforms. They all neatly hung up, everything's neat. Come in, we issue uniforms at the beginning of the year, so the cadets will have them to wear. Over in this room is the male supply, same thing as the female supply. Uniforms neatly hung. to be issued in an orderly manner. And then in here we have our armory. We have a weapons officer that maintains all of our drill rifles as well as the swords. And one thing the cadets are most proud of, we call it eye candy. On either side of the entrance and exit to our building, we have the trophy case. And these are trophies that have been won over the years of the program. Program started back in 1979, and it continues to be a successful program.
Hi, I'm Miss Miller. I'm your school librarian. Welcome to the Innovation Center.
We have action, adventure, romance, and more in our fiction section. You'll find several books about self-care, crafting, sports, and animals in the nonfiction section. In the biography section, you can choose a book about a famous person. Take a spin in the graphic novel section to find a book on anime or manga. We are always taking suggestions for new books. Make sure to help yourself to the free books in our free book section. We have open times in the Innovation Center for you to enjoy games with your friends. Watch out for that draw 4. If you need to de-stress, visit our Color Me Stress-Free station. Guess what else we have going on in the library? We have reading challenges and drawings every week. Students can log their independent reading minutes in a program called Beanstack. Every week we have a new challenge. If you read and log enough minutes for the weekly challenge, your name will go in a drawing for a prize. 20 lucky winners will be chosen randomly each week. Thanks for joining us today, and remember, keep reading, Eagles.
Hi, my name is Ms. Flock. I teach U.S. History and AP U.S. History here at Pine Forest High School, and I'm just going to be introducing you a little bit to my room and to the Social Studies Department. If you or your student is a sophomore, you get to take World History or World History Honors here. We have some lovely teachers that do a great job about teaching you all about the world and the history of the world. And then when you're a junior, you get to take U.S. History or AP U.S. History with me or some of the other U.S. History teachers. It is an end of course exam, so you do have to take U.S. History and pass the class and take the EOC in order to graduate, but we do a really great job of making sure that you meet those graduation requirements. You can take AP U.S. History, which is an advanced placement course, and you can take it with me. Here in this room, we do lots of amazing things. We analyze political cartoons, all of that really awesome stuff. You take the AP exam in May, and that meets your graduation requirements for U.S. History and for this department. When you're a senior, you get to take economics, which is a 1-semester course, and U.S. government and politics, which is a 1-semester course, and those alternate. And you get to learn about the economy, how to manage your money, and the government and our political institutions. If you decide somewhere along your journey here at Pine Forest High School that you want to take more history classes because you love our department, or you need to fill some elective requirements, we do have several electives like Psychology 1 and 2, where you can learn a little bit more about humans, why we think the way we do, and why we do the things that we do. Or you can take African American history with Miss Rush, and we also have a personal financial literacy class where you can learn a little bit more about how to manage your money and get more prepared for the real world. We offer some really amazing courses here at Pine Forest, and I am so excited that you're here, and we're gonna have a great school year. Go Eagles! Hey, okay, so this is my U.S. History board here in my classroom. I like to have a calendar of all of our quizzes and tests that we'll have throughout the year. So we just had a really big test on Reconstruction and the Civil War, so students always know whenever they're gonna have tests or quizzes. Because we are an EOC subject, I really try and utilize our SOAR intervention period. So if they didn't do well on a test, they can always schedule me for SOAR. We can reteach them things, go over some concepts that maybe the student didn't understand, and then we'll just
just keep going and keep learning. This week we had a CFA, which is a common formative assessment. It's always 5 questions, and it's just for me to see what they do and don't know. They can schedule me again for SOAR sometime in the following week, retake and retest. So this is a really great way for students to know what's going on, what's coming up, and then CFAs are a really great tool that we use here at Pine Forest and the entire district to see what students know and how we can help them keep learning. Over here is my APUSH info board. I love this board. I took some time over this summer and I made a little cheat sheet about the AP exam. So our AP exam is Friday, May 6, 2020. 2022 actually, at 8 a.m. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes, and I broke down all of the sections, so when students feel a little bit overwhelmed about the material, they can come here, see what they need to know, and it's a lot more broken down. I also have some strategies for how to write a long essay, how to write a document-based question essay, and then some strategies. I love showing off my students' works in my classroom, and we just finished doing a project on the 13 colonies where students got to choose one of the 13 colonies and make a brochure on it, and then I hung up some of the best examples of those brochures, and they look really great. Add some color to my room, and they're doing really great things here in my classroom.
Hi, my name is Morgan Knowles and I teach 10th grade English Language Arts here at Pine Forest. I am also the English Department Chair this year. This year, our English department is proudly introducing the new BEST standards. These standards are directly linked in your student's Focus portal. This way, you can see each skill that your student is learning in class. All assignments that are graded will correlate with one of these skills. At the end of the year, all 9th and 10th grade students will complete the Florida Standards Assessment. This assessment will be used as a graduation requirement for students, so please encourage that your students attend those dates and try their best. The dates will be released in the spring. In addition, our 11th and 12th grade students are highly encouraged to participate in the ACT and SAT. The upcoming dates can be found on the ACT website. Mrs. Hood, one of our teachers on staff, is offering after-school tutoring for any English course for students of all grade levels on Thursday and Friday from 3:15 to 4:15 in room 158. We encourage you to ask students what they are reading as Pine Forest is introducing our new independent reading initiative. Students should have checked out a book from the library or from their teacher and are logging minutes into Beanstack. Each month there is a Beanstack challenge where students who meet the reading requirement will be allowed to receive a prize from the media specialist. You can also check out what your students are reading in class through the use of the online textbook in the Core app dashboard. In our department, we prefer that you contact us through email, which can be located on the Pine Forest website. Please reach out to your students' teachers with any questions and they will respond promptly. We are looking forward to a great school year here at Pine Forest.
Hi, this is Ms. Golston, and I teach 3 classes here at Pine Forest High School. The first class that I teach is theater. The second class I teach is approaching leadership, which is an honors class. And the third class that I teach is English. The activities that you will see today is the first activity is done in my theater class. We have to create ensemble. What ensemble is, students work together in pairs and groups to see how well they work together. With that particular activity, we did like a spider web. That's what I call it, because when the finished product is finished, that's what it looks like. So when the students are doing this particular activity, I take a piece of yarn, a roll of yarn, and we start out with just one little piece, and we hold on to the piece, throw it over, and if we call out a category, for instance, if someone says a type of food, pizza, I like pizza. So if someone else likes pizza, then they'll throw it to the person who likes pizza, and that goes on and on until you run out of yarn. So the finished product looks like what you saw. The second activity that we did is in my leadership class, and they're learning how to be leaders. And one thing leaders do is, we call it field work. They have their clipboards, they go around the campus, and we're doing a school improvement plan. They're looking at things in the school to see what they can improve around the class. So they have their clipboards, they're jotting things down. The end result is going to be they're going to write a proposal for things that they want improved. And also they're going to do an architecture of building structure showing what they would like. The last activity is in my English class, and we're doing, I would call it 5 corners. We have to go through different units, and the units have I can statements. Those are the things that we teach. So I'll be asking the students what they can do, and they will be doing it on different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 1 is you can't do it. 5 is you're superb, you can't do it. 3 is like somewhere in the middle. So those are the activities that we do, and we do these activities to get students up and out of their seats, to keep them engaged in the lessons and help them to enjoy the classes and improve the classroom climate.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Osborne. I'm instructional chair for the ESOL department, and I'd like to introduce first of all our team. We have Mrs. Williamson, and Mrs. Williamson teaches reading to 9th and 10th grade and developmental language arts. And her paraprofessional is Mr. Law. He also helps her with the non-speakers, okay, and translations. Come here, Mr. Law, closer. Okay, and so he's been with us for years, since the beginning of time. 10 years. Thank you, Mr. Law. Thank you for your service. I'm going to introduce our next team, okay? Our English version of our reading is Mrs. Gilliam. Okay, so she teaches all grades, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And her paraprofessional is Mrs. Blanco. Oh my God. Come here, Mrs. Blanco. Super sweet. She's from Columbia, and she's also one of our translators and teachers. And I teach the 11th and 12th grade reading and developmental language arts along with Mrs. Biasco, who is also my paraprofessional. She is also the translator in Spanish, fluent in English, and she helps me with all the kids in here and does actually a wonderful job as well as all of our paraprofessionals that I introduced. We get our students as 9th graders usually. They are usually non-speakers. Some of them transfer in from Bellevue, Workman, and other middle schools. By the time they leave here, they have earned their diploma. We work very hard and we make sure that they have all the requirements that they need, and we communicate with parents as a need basis, but if ever you need to reach out to us, go to our email, go to our Pine Forest Eagles webpage. You will find all our teachers listed, and you can email us. We'll be happy to return your email. And we are in a block class, which means it's a 90-minute class, and your kids are bell to bell, and they have a beautiful representation of the family and really enjoy teaching them. I've been doing this for over 12 years. Before that, I was a gen ed teacher. So I love having your students, and I love watching them grow, because it is amazing to see that they come in with no language and are fluent or near fluency by the time they leave here.
Hi, my name is Larry Lewis. I'm the Foreign Language Department Chair here at Pine Forest High School. At Pine Forest, we offer Spanish 1 through 4 and Latin 1 through 4. Some general department goals for us are, we would like, ideally, for 100% of our students to pass our class. We're not an EOC class, we're not a state-tested class, so we don't have necessarily the same things that we have to worry about that other classes do. So we really just try to focus on a pass rate. Ideally, we'd be at 100%, but we're pretty good about being in the 95 to 100% range. One thing that is good about our department is that we help students be college ready as far as their diplomas are concerned. If you take 2 years of the same foreign language, you'll have a diploma that means you're ready for a 4-year college or university. Student athletes have some extra things, some extra boxes that they have to click off to be eligible for college, and a foreign language helps in a couple of those different areas. So we offer, in that sense, we offer some things that other classes can't necessarily offer. Our basic expectations are for students to come to school every day ready to learn, come prepared with their Chromebook, something to write with, something to write on, etc. We tend to provide pencils, papers if they need it, so we try to be accommodating in that way. During some of the events that we do, Spanish, we'll often do projects during Spanish Heritage Month. As far as Latin, we usually try to do something for homecoming. We have competitions that we go to in the spring. One's in Gulf Breeze, one is in Orlando, so those are both really fun. And then as far as grading goes, we're a standards-based school, so we grade pretty much like every other class. Everything goes into a standard, and that's how we do it. And as far as communication, the best way to communicate with any of us would be to just email us through the school portal. We check our emails a dozen times a day, so if you email us, we're going to see it quickly and we'll respond as quickly as we possibly can.
Hi, I'm Vicki Bolcha, and I'm the new ESE Department Chair here at Pine Forest. And with me I have Ms. Sherry Curry, who is our ESE Data Clerk, and Brianna Strickland, who is our new Speech Language Pathologist. One of our main goals for our department this year is promoting parent and student involvement in planning for education. And we look forward to talking with you this year and encourage you to reach out to us if you have questions or concerns at any time. We're looking forward to a great year at Pine Forest.
Hi, my name is Dana Billen, and I'm one of the ESE Department self-contained teachers. I teach 3 different science classes and 2 different English classes for self-contained. My first year in the self-contained class here at Pine Forest, which I'm very excited about. The kids are amazing, very sweet. We've learned a lot already this year, but we're just getting the year started. We'll be doing a lot of projects and in the process of doing grading now. You can find me on the website for Pine Forest, Dana D. Billen, B as in boy, I-L-L-E-N, in the Pine Forest website.
Hi, I'm Mr. Fausel. I'm here in the ESC department. This is the self-contained classroom. And what I teach is history and math. I cover the American history class, which we started the Civil War and go on to current history, and also world history and American government. I also teach math, liberal arts math, and Algebra 1A and 1B. What I tell all the kids, I try to collect transitional assessments and benchmarks, and I try to figure out their skill levels, what they want to do and how they're going to do in math. We do a lot of different activities. There's a lot of games that we play. In math, we'll go over currency, counting money, how to tell time, especially on an analog clock. In history and geography, we go over lots of different maps. They learn how to read an atlas, how to look at a globe. We talk about Florida history, especially in the local history here in Pensacola. We also look at what they want to do when they graduate. I work with vocational skills, and there's resume building. We conduct job interviews, kind of like a mock interview where they're being interviewed and they have a supervisor, and they actually like that. We do a lot of these in the library, sometimes in class here. For math, we start with the basics, with multiplication, division, addition, and then we go into basic algebra, and then we kind of work our way up. There's a system we use, Unique Learning. It's a database system that's got the benchmarks, and everybody can work on the computer also, and they work depending on their skill level. The students really enjoy this class. Very good, and we also go outside for PE a lot of times, or we have a lot of different physical activities that we do in the classroom. And it's been pretty wonderful. The kids they're learning a lot. Their assessments are pretty good, and they enjoy the math games especially. We even play a math bingo. We have flashcards, different card games, and they enjoy counting money and learning how to handle money. And with the time, the analog clocks. There's a lot of students don't know how to read an analog clock. And I was retired military, so I even tell them a little bit about military time. But yes, that's the self-contained class. I usually swap between myself and Miss Billins. She teaches the science and the reading aspects, and I teach the math and the history aspects, and we kind of rotate back and forth.
Hello, My name is Justin Ellis, and I am one of the deans here at Pine Forest High School. I am the head of the discipline department. Here at Pine Forest, we have 3 deans and 2 behavior coaches, and our primary responsibility is to enforce the rules laid out in the Rights and Responsibilities Handbook. But that is not all that we do. We are also trying to be proactive in a lot of what we handle. We don't want to be reactive and have to address an issue after it's already happened. We want to encourage our students and our families, if they know of something, if there's something going on that maybe that is hindering the educational process, please let us know. We want to try to stamp out some of those problems before they become major issues. We're always here, we're always around the Commons. If ever a student needs us, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and let us know what's going on so that we can help address issues prior to them becoming major issues. Thank you and have a good night.
Welcome to Pine Forest High School Open Virtual School Night. This is Coach Godwin from the PE department. We welcome you here. Just some things I'd like to introduce about myself and about my fellow workers here. They're in the PE department. Myself teaches driver's ed and personal fitness. We have Coach McCullough, who teaches all the team sports classes. Coach Atterbury, who teaches personal fitness and tennis classes. Coach Burt, who teaches team sports, outdoor education. And Coach Vandervoort, who teaches our weightlifting classes. And also, last but not least, Ms. Jones, who teaches some of our other PE classes, which is team sports and tennis. We'd like to welcome you here. Just a couple of things we want to let you know about PE. It is optional for our students to dress out. They do have the opportunity to do that, but it is not required. We stay inside and outside, going out to the track, going to the trail, doing basketball, tennis, some volleyball as well. Also, it is required for them to have a full half credit of personal fitness. That is required. So they do need a year and a half, which is 3 semester worth of physical education, but they can get that also in if they take 4 years of ROTC or 4 years of band, but they do have to have personal fitness to graduate. But we do have tennis, volleyball, outdoor education, team sports, and personal fitness and weightlifting are some of the classes that are offered here. This is our gymnasium. This is where we meet, do attendance, and then after there is when we require the kids if they'd like to dress out. If not, then we go on with our 90-minute PE thing we're doing that day. So if you have any questions or any concerns about your child and how we're doing our grading, you can email, which is probably the best way to do it, any of the coaches or their teacher through our group-wise, our Gmail, and we would be happy to get back to you. Same thing with grades, any concerns that you might have with your student.